before Loki became the infamous god of mischief. He wasn't even a god at all. He was born far from Asgard, in the frozen land of the frost giants, Jotunheim. But unlike the massive, brutal giants around him, Loki was small, fragile, different. His father, Laufey, the giant king, saw him as a weakness, a mistake. Loki grew up unwanted, unseen, a child who didn't belong to the world he was born in. But fate had other plans. During a time of war between Asgard and the frost giants, Odin found the abandoned child. He didn't see a monster. He saw potential. And so, Odin brought the boy to Asgard, raised him beside his own son, Thor, and gave him something Loki had never known, a chance to matter. But even in this golden realm of gods, Loki felt it. That same whisper in his chest, "You don't belong." And this was the beginning of a story that would shake the 9 realms. Growing up in Asgard should have made Loki feel powerful, but instead, it made the cracks inside him deeper. Thor was everything Loki wasn't. Loud, fearless, adored by warriors, destined to be king. And Loki? He was clever, too clever, quiet, always thinking 10 steps ahead, always planning, always trying to prove he deserved to stand in the same light as Thor. But the more he tried, the more people compared them. Thor, the future king. Loki, the adopted prince. And that word, that single, sharp word, cut deeper than any blade. Still, Loki loved his brother. In his own twisted way, Thor was the only person who ever made him feel like he belonged. But every time Thor swung his hammer and the crowd roared, Loki felt the shadow around him grow. And in that shadow, a seed began to form. A seed of doubt. A seed of envy. A seed that whispered, "You'll never be king unless you take it." And this whisper would soon push Loki toward a choice. That would change everything. Loki always felt different, but he never imagined the truth would be this cruel. One night, after another argument with Thor, Loki wandered into Odin's vault, the one place no one was allowed to enter. There, hidden behind ancient relics, he found something strange. A box of ice blue metal glowing. The moment he touched it, the box reacted. His skin turned the same icy blue as the frost giants. He stumbled back, terrified. What am I? Odin appeared behind him, his voice heavy with regret. "You were never meant to find out this way." Loki stared at him, shaking. "Tell me." Odin finally said the words that shattered him. "You are not Asgardian. You are a frost giant, the son of Laufey." Loki felt the world collapse under him. All the years of trying to be like Thor, all the years of being compared, all the whispers, all the doubts, they suddenly made sense. He wasn't just in Thor's shadow. He didn't even belong in Asgard. And in that moment, the whisper inside his head grew louder. "If you can't earn the throne, take it." This was the beginning of the Loki the world would fear. After learning the truth about his real origins, Loki's anger shifted into something sharper. A plan. Thor was strong, loud, loved by everyone. Loki knew he could never beat Thor with force, but with strategy. That was his battlefield. He watched Asgard fall into chaos after Thor was banished. Odin grew weaker every day, and the throne stood almost unguarded. Loki whispered to himself, This is my chance. So he started pulling strings. Whispers here, rumors there, turning Asgardians against each other, without anyone knowing it was him. And then, the boldest move, he went to the Frost Giants, the very people he was born from, and secretly opened a path for them to enter Asgard, not to help them, but to betray them at the perfect moment. So everyone would see him as a hero. In his mind, it was simple: create a threat, save Asgard from that threat, claim the throne as the only one who can protect it. This wasn't chaos. This was a masterpiece. And Loki was finally ready to become the god he believed destiny owed him. Loki's plan worked, almost perfectly. The Frost Giants entered Asgard exactly as he intended. Panic spread everywhere, and just when the danger looked unstoppable, Loki stepped forward like a savior. For the first time, people looked at him with admiration, not suspicion. He could feel it. Power, respect, the throne finally within reach. Loki stood in the Golden Hall, his hand inches from Odin's spear, one decision away from ruling all of Asgard. But right at that moment, a familiar shadow appeared. Thor had returned. The brother Loki thought he'd removed from the board was now standing in front of him, stronger than ever. And suddenly, Loki's perfect plan started to fall apart. But here's the twist. That moment wasn't the end of Loki's story. It was just the beginning of the choices, betrayals, and tricks that made Loki one of the most unpredictable gods ever. And if you want to know how far he went after this point, well, that's exactly what we're covering in the next videos on the channel.